Bishop volunteer firefighters rushed to the scene of a reported structure fire in the Dixon Lane area this morning around 10 a.m. On scene, Fire Chief Ray Seguin said it appeared the fire, which started in the garage of a home on West Street, was just about out. But the chief wanted to make sure because some smoke from the upper part of the garage caused concern. It was not immediately known how the fire started. A resident of the home was working with firefighters and may also have taken steps to put the fire out. And in Mammoth Lakes, Public Works Director Ray Jarvis told the town council recently that the consultant for the town addressed all of the Federal Aviation Administration concerns over what's called the Airport Layout Plan. And he said a letter was expected to go to the Federal Aviation Administration this week. Jarvis said, quote, "The FAA believes we have a good product," end quote. Citizen Stephen Kalish has disagreed strongly with that and thinks that there are problems with the plan. Jarvis and other officials will travel to San Francisco April 11th to meet with the FAA staff. Jarvis said it is hoped everything will be complete in June or July. He said, "I think we're in a good place." When questioned about the possibility of requesting deviations from FAA rules, Jarvis said, quote, "There are no perfect airports. It's very difficult to meet all the requirements." He said the FAA does allow deviations and operational constraints to comply. Jarvis said that the FAA did require service commitment letters from United and from Alaska Airlines. They service Mammoth Airport, of course. He said the letter from United was in the mail and Alaska was drafting theirs. Councilman John Eastman was assured that the airlines would not pull out if Mammoth failed to get what's called a C3 designation. Jarvis said C3 has to do with wingspan and speed. Mammoth Airport now has a B3 designation, but Jarvis repeated that this issue will make no difference in air service. Town manager Mariana Marashiva Martinez said that town staff would report to the council April 17th what happens in that San Francisco visit with FAA. She said at the May 1st meeting or after, discussions can take place on capital improvements that might be needed at Mammoth Yosemite Airport to get that C3 designation. Well, many plans seem to rely on the completion of the project known as Digital 395. Michael Ort of Praxis Associates, which heads up the project, told Sierra Wave Media that next month he believes crews will have finished laying all of the conduit in Inyo County. That will mean connections from Bishop to Barstow. Most recently, they were at work laying cable in the community of Independence. Ort said the project, which faces an end of July deadline, should reach that goal on time. Again, crews in many of our towns have seen the Praxis crews at work with their big lines of cable. Ort said that work is also done in Ridgecrest. He admitted that there have been some pushbacks and challenges, but things are still moving ahead. One of the hang-ups was a contention by the Bureau of Land Management that the Digital 395 crews had gone onto BLM land, and they supposedly went into a wilderness study area outside the existing right-of-way. Ort said that that issue is on the way to resolution. Earlier, Ort had said that California Broadband Cooperative, owner of Digital 395, had spent $23 million on permits and regulatory processes with as many as 47 different agencies along the route of the project, which of course is along Highway 395, covering 583 miles with fiber optic line. Work on the project concentrated on northern Mono County before winter, and then they've been working in Ridgecrest and in Inyo County. High-speed internet service, once activated, will happen when the entire line is connected. Then direct lines will go to agencies, government buildings, hospitals, and hopefully internet users throughout the Eastern Sierra will see a boost in speed. And many officials see Digital 395 as a potential for economic growth and relocation of more business to the Eastern Sierra. So why has our air looked so hazy since last Friday? Well, you might say it was made in China and blown across the globe to California. Hard to believe, but Great Basin Unified Air Pollution Control District Director Ted Shady confirmed it. NASA documented by satellite the Gobi Desert phenomenon. Shady said that the dust in our air, yes, came from the Gobi Desert. He said sometimes in the spring, a really fast jet stream moves over Asia to the north and over to Alaska. Then it blows right down over California. What many here thought must be smoke from a fire was, in fact, dust from Asia. Great Basin's Air Blog said that long-range transport from a massive dust event last week in the Gobi Desert has followed atmospheric streamlines to arrive in the Owens Valley today. That was last Friday. NASA's article on the event said dust from the Gobi Desert blew across the coastal plain of eastern China. Beijing has experienced 2 dust events in March. Ted Shady said this kind of event happens once every couple of years. He said the jet stream creates a kind of blanket effect in California from the dust on the other side of the world. The Gobi Desert is considered the 5th largest desert in the world and the largest in Asia. It covers 500,000 square miles. We'll take a break and be back with a story about dumping trash on public land right after this.